Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about why I chose to go to Davis. These are just some of my favorite things about Davis, and unfortunately since I'm not on campus right now, I can't show visuals of most of these things, but I can explain them to you. I know that a lot of people are making decisions about colleges and they don't know where to go, especially because you can't really necessarily visit colleges at the moment. So I want to try to do my best to explain why I chose and all the amazing things that Davis has to offer for me. If you feel like you still have questions after watching this video, feel free to leave comments. I will try and answer every single one of them as fast as I can, as I am basically home all day long. So the first reason why I chose Davis is how huge the campus is. For most people, there always seems like there's very limited places, it's super crowded. Davis might be crowded sometimes, but it is an enormous campus. Davis used to be an agricultural school. Well, it started off that way when they first emerged, and they've definitely transitioned to way more STEM, but they have all kinds of options, and the campus is enormous. There's an arboretum, they have tons and tons of greenhouses, plants, walking trails, horse riding places. It's enormous. There's so much area. The college is at least 100 acres. There's just so many places to walk. The other thing about having a huge campus is that they keep building and growing as they accept more students, as more college students need places to go. So it's amazing because they're continuing to expand as the amount of students expand. So they really understand that, you know, if you want to accept more people, you kind of need more spaces. So they're really trying to accommodate that with their large campus. The second thing I love about Davis is the wide variety of academic options. I don't just mean in terms of majors, but also the ways you can explore it. Unless you are engineering, which kind of makes it hard because if you want to graduate in 4 years, you kind of have to stick to that path. Everything else, if you want to like explore your interests, you can start off by taking general education requirements, and then you might have to stuff in your major requirements later once you figure that out. But the thing is, you do have time to explore what you want. I know it's really hard to figure out what you want to study already, so it's really helpful that the way that the curriculum is designed is that you have to take a certain amount of general education requirements. Most majors are either 90 or 100 or 110, I believe, units, anywhere between 90 and 110 units, and you have to have 180 units to graduate. So you have at least 80 units where you can explore your interests, and if that means that you have to take a lot of general education classes at first, so be it, because that will allow you to explore your interests and really figure that out. And the thing is that the majors aren't just STEM. We do have, you know, computer science and engineering, at least like 10 different kinds of engineering, all kinds of bio stuff, agricultural stuff, pharmacy, health related things, nursing. We also have humanities and other subjects. It's extremely expansive. There's no way you can't find something that moderately interests you, and I love that. The other thing I really like is if you are within the college itself, it is easy to switch majors. So for example, if you are a bio major and you want to switch to neurobiology, it's not that hard because the first 2 years, the lower division requirements are all the same. So if you wanted to switch and you don't know where you want to specialize yet, that is a-okay. And I love that because I know most people know at least generally where they want to study, just not specifics. And this gives students the chance to explore that, especially because we want to find ways to see, am I interested in this? Am I going to spend the rest of my life in this? And Davis really gives students the opportunity to figure that out. The next thing I love about Davis is how easy it is to find internship opportunities. They have 3 fairs a year, one for each quarter, and they actually have 2 fairs each quarter. One of them is STEM focused and the other one is like everything including STEM, and I really love that they do that every single quarter. People are always looking for internships, jobs. You can just bring your resume. It's a fair, and they keep coming back. Like, I like that they don't just have it, you know, at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, because people's job options change. People want to try different things, and they have over hundreds of companies and people there. There's opportunities to get hired there, opportunities to see what there is to offer if you're just starting out and you don't know what you want. And there are counselors to help you navigate the whole process. Here's the map of the whole area. This is where all the business related things are. Here's where all the accounting related things are. Things like that. There's a lot for, especially for someone like me who didn't really have a lot of direction. I felt really confident because of the people helping me that I could figure out what I wanted. I also get a bajillion emails a day about opportunities. There are a lot of clinics that are in the area, and they want a lot of volunteers, some of them paid, some of them unpaid, and internships, because volunteers unpaid obviously, but they have volunteer and paid internships opportunities, and they're constantly recruiting. So within a day I get a minimum of like 3 different applications that I can submit, and it's just really nice to see all the options out there, because most of us, like I said, have a general idea what we might want to do, but the specifics are kind of hard. And these clinics and opportunity is what says, hey, this is something I could be doing for the rest of my life and I would be happy. And until you have the hands-on experience, it's really difficult, which is why they work so hard to give these opportunities. And so all these clinics, and there's other opportunities too, it's just the ones I get are clinics because I am in the College of Biological Sciences, so they obviously think that pertains most to me. So I get tons of emails about these opportunities, and they're all easy to apply to. If you have a lot of if you're anyone who doesn't have a job, it is actually fairly easy to make time to apply for these things. If you're taking an average quarter and you're just trying to apply for these things, you need a resume and a cover letter. And if you can use the same resume basically for all of them, the cover letter is where you have to be a little more specific and stuff, but a good cover letter can take 45 minutes. 45 minutes, get someone to proofread it. They have people in the internship and career office who can read it. You can schedule appointments or you can drop in and people will read it for you, proofread it, say, hey, this is, fix that. Or thanks, this is a good idea. I like what you did there, So they have a whole center dedicated to helping you improve your cover letters and resumes. And after you've done that, there sometimes are questions that you have to answer, and that can also be done maybe in another 45 minutes to an hour. And these are still good responses. They only want like 100 to 200 words for these things, so it doesn't take terribly long. You just need to proofread it. So within a week, you should be, in my opinion, based on how many applications are being sent to me, I want to be applying for 1 or 2 things every week so that I have sufficient options for later on when they could get back to me. Because here's the thing, even though you're applying to all these things, there's obviously no guarantee that you're going to get them. These things are competitive. Davis is a large school, obviously. They offer so many opportunities because Davis is a large school and everyone wants different opportunities. But if you want sufficient options for potential internship opportunities or clinic opportunities, you definitely want to be applying to as many as you can. And if you're not interested in it, obviously don't apply to it. But if you think you might moderately have some interest, I would recommend it, because the truth is you don't know what the opportunity is going to be like until you've actually tried it. There's also this platform called Handshake, which has a lot of local job opportunities, internship opportunities. It's really similar to how I mentioned about the emails I get about applying to clinics and other programs. You can just upload your resume on there, a cover letter. They might have some extra questions they want, and then they'll contact you. This is just like a database. It's like Indeed, but for specifically the Davis area and college students, because it understands more like, hey, I have some skills, but I'm not a college graduate, so I might need a little extra training, or I want something that pertains more to, my major. So things like that. Specifically for my department, there is a health-related internship database. So basically, every time your pastime comes, that's when you would sign up for classes, but this is a separate pastime. For each quarter, you can sign up for a health-related internship, and they have this whole database. All you have to do is sign up. You just have to do a little bit of research about, hey, what is this? What would I do with this internship? And they have tons of options. You just have to sign up. And I love this one too, because you don't necessarily have to apply. And I understand that applying is important and applying is hard, and that is a part of life. Your entire life you were applying for things, but sometimes it's nice to be able to check out an opportunity without having to have the competitive nature. And I like that this database provides that. I believe some of the other colleges have this as well, but more focused on what they offer. This one is very health related, and I really like it. Like I said, it is simple, easy, and fairly non-competitive. It still is good though, because being able to participate in any sort of internship sets you apart from a lot of other schools where they might not necessarily have a lot of internship options because the city is small and they have limited options. Here, we have a lot of areas that we can go to. We have the local area, we have Sacramento, we have some of the surrounding cities, and so they have a lot of internship opportunities to provide. There's also a lot of people on campus who want help, so there's a lot of options. And by having some skills of actual hands-on work, you're really setting yourself apart. I mentioned that a little bit earlier about setting yourself apart, but having hands-on work experience is what really makes someone a better candidate, because anyone can study in college. That's the facts. Most people study in college too, but not everyone has a lot of job experience and internship experience and basically hands-on of, doing these research skills. It's one thing to say, hey, I've read about this, and then to say, hey, I've actually done that, so you don't even need to teach me how to do that. You might want to, it doesn't mean that they won't teach you and you would be like at a significant loss, but the point is that these options are offered to you so you can do it without feeling like there's a lot of pressure. Another reason I chose to go to Davis, this was more of a personal reason, was that it was close enough to home. Anytime I need something, forget something, it's easy to go back home and get it. Anytime there's a birthday or a family event, it's easy to go back home. And I'm really lucky that my parents aren't the kind of people that come up and visit every weekend unless I ask them to. So I still feel like I have my privacy and independence. Another thing I like is the college town feel. And if anyone's ever visited Princeton, it's a really similar feel to that. There's a lot of activities and stuff in the area, and you don't really feel like you have to go out places, but if you want, you can. It's easy. There are buses, and it just makes it feel safe in terms of less crime. You know a lot of people. Anytime I go out anywhere, I'm guaranteed to see somebody I know, and I really like that because it just feels like a safe community. And the thing that makes it so great about the college town feel is that it feels like home, and I can imagine myself living here, after college, and that is honestly amazing because that means that I feel like I found a future potential long-term home, and I like that. The next thing I love about Davis is how there are so many ways to connect with people. There are tons of sororities and fraternities if that's in your interest, but there's also a bajillion clubs, so you can definitely participate in the club fairs and stuff, and there's over 500 different kinds of clubs, and some of them are educational, some of them are not necessarily, some of them are just like fun and hobbies. And what I like is how specialized everything is, because there's so many students, there's guaranteed to be someone with their interest. So instead of just like dance club, yeah, that's fun, but what's really fun? I love ballet, so I want to do something with that. There's guaranteed to be one. So many students, they can specialize way more, and I love that. And there's such a wide variety. We have skiing, Red Cross, so many things, and they're so active too, so you can always participate in things and find new ways to meet people. And they're also friendly. It's so easy to get along with everyone, and that's what also makes it super fun. The next thing that I love is how many resources there are, and I'm specifically talking about tutoring. So there are 3 main living places if you live on campus in dorms, and that is Tercero, Segundo, and Cuarto. They all have dining commons and service centers where they have computers for everyone to use and printers, and you have 250 prints per quarter, seriously more than enough. They have people there who work at these service centers, so if you get locked out there, they will help you. They will monitor your packages, send you emails when the packages are ready. If you lose your ID, they might contact you. Things like that. There's all those resources. But in addition to this, in those service centers, they also have tutoring Monday through Friday from 5 to 9 p.m. And I believe they have some weekend tutoring. They also have peer tutoring, which is different than academic tutoring, because this is like, oh, I don't know what kind of classes you want to take. What would it take to go on this career path? Things like that. And it's honestly extremely nice of them to even offer that. They are not required to offer that. Keep in mind that this tutoring is included in our tuition. The cost of this is included in our tuition, which is honestly amazing. Definitely not required, but I love it because having to pay for tuition's already so expensive, right? So having to pay for tutoring on top of it seems kind of ridiculous. So all these resources are there. They're right in our dorms. They're really easy to walk to, really close by. You don't have to feel like I have to go above and beyond. But if that's not good enough for you, because they only offer math and chemistry, which is the most commonly classes taken by freshmen, and they're usually the classes freshmen need help for. There is also tutoring in the library. The library has even more classes. I know they have like econ. They have math separated into each type of series, not just calculus in general. They also have chemistry separated into each class, and general chemistry, which is like the freshman class, and then organic chemistry, which is a slightly higher division class. And they also have statistics and even more specialized classes, and they are available at different hours, but the math and chemistry at least is available from 10 to 5, something like that, on Monday through Friday, and they have some weekend hours. This one really goes above and beyond, but in addition to this, there's more tutoring. I know. So there is a chemistry TA room, and the TA is basically just Monday through Thursday. There is always a TA there from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and they're really amazing. They will help you with labs. They will help you with chemistry related questions as well, and they're just super helpful. The fact that you can just stay there all day and work on something is mind-blowing to me. I love that if I ever wanted to, I could just hang out there and work on my lab for the day, knock it out, and then ask my chemistry related questions and then leave. And that's the point. It's supposed to be a really good resource, and it's supposed to be that basically no matter what, you can't say you're too busy because they have so many times and availabilities that they're open. There's also a calculus TA room, which is run by the calculus TAs. Engineering level calculus, they're open from 10 to 7 Monday through Friday. There was another one for the biosci and other kinds of calculus, but they're also like fairly open, so you have a lot of options there too. My point is the resources are really unlimited, and I never feel like I can't ask for help. The next thing I love about Davis is this resource called the pantry, and it is kind of like a food bank. All you have to do is show your ID for every day it's open. I believe you can go like once a day, and basically they have fresh veggies, canned food, dry food, refrigerated food, crackers, all kinds of stuff, and you can pick I believe like 3 or 4 items. And I know it's hard for people to afford food, you know, you're already paying through the roof for tuition and housing and other things, and sometimes it feels like, you know, food is the last priority, and the school really makes sure that you don't have to worry about that. So they offer, I believe it's like 5 free items a day, and you could definitely come back anytime. They have such a wide variety of vegetarian options, vegan options. They really are trying to look out for everybody, and they're really nice. It's honestly one of my favorite resources that campus offers, and it's free. The next thing I love about Davis is the food swipe system, and basically how my school works is we don't have a number of swipes per week. A lot of schools will do like 21 swipes per week, and that's it. You can only go in that one time. That's okay, but I like the way my school does it better, because how it is you can either swipe in an unlimited amount of times all 7 days of the week, an unlimited amount of times Monday through Friday, or an unlimited amount of times Sunday through Thursday. I opted for one of the 5-day ones, the Monday through Friday, so that I could eat whatever I wanted on the weekends. And here's the thing. I know people who were on the swipe system, and anytime they would feel hungry and they already used one of their swipes and they were in between meals, they had nothing they could do. They had to just eat one snack in their room or whatever. And I remembered my friends telling me that they would have to hoard food, you know, just take everything they could. And that is why I like the way my swipe system works. I don't ever feel the need to hoard food. It's super convenient the way this is. I go in as many times as I want Monday through Friday, and on Saturdays and Sundays I will eat out like once, and I will eat the oatmeal in my room, and I never feel the need to hoard food. I've heard people like taking food on Friday or the last day of their meal plan and then using it for the weekend, but I never feel the need to do that. We get so much food like Monday through Friday that I think it's unnecessary. The last thing that I really love about Davis is the amazing gym they offer and the discounts that they offer at the gym for group exercise classes, specialized classes like taekwondo, fitness classes and dance classes, and personal training class discounts. And the gym is amazing. It has over 500 machines, tons of weights. They're open all kinds of hours, I believe like 5 a.m. to midnight. So they're super flexible with that. I love the group exercise classes they offer. They're really cheap. You can either spend $70 for the entire year or $30 per quarter, or you can pay by class, but as if you go to at least like 2 classes a week, it's not really worth it. But basically, I love how cheap it is. I spent $30 for winter quarter for the unlimited classes, and I love it. They offer like maybe 2 on the weekends, but they offer 6 or 7 on each weekday. I love how much variety there is. Zumba is fun. They have super intense classes, and I love that they have discounted specialized classes. If anyone wanted to do some kind of dance, Aikido, Taekwondo, they have all those classes. They also have discounted personal training classes, which is honestly amazing. Like, the school really wants us to try to be healthier, and I really like that it doesn't have to be as expensive as getting your own private personal trainer outside and having to pay an insane amount of money. Those were all the things that I love about Davis. I've honestly had the best 2 quarters until the end of winter quarter when everything kind of went downhill, but that wasn't really a me thing. But until then, everything was really amazing. I've met a lot of amazing people here, lifelong friends. I have had amazing experiences that I think would be a whole nother video, so I have no regrets going here. And if you're considering going here but you don't know if you should, you can ask any of your questions in the comments. I don't really have anything else to say, but I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and of course, have a great day.